Welcome to the Freedom Perspective. This is Freedom Perspective Ministries, and I'm Cort. Today we're going to talk about your thought life. Your thought life is a very significant part of your existence. And a lot of people don't put much time or consideration into what is my thought life. We put a lot of time and significance into our thoughts. Thank God our thoughts are a private thing. Can you imagine if our thoughts would scroll across our forehead like the news crawl when you're watching, headline news or something like that? Bus crash in Podunk and everybody lives, driver was tweeting at the time. You see these little things as you're watching the news and you're reading that and you're watching the news and then you've got these things looking at temperature. There's a whole lot going on. Now that's just on a television screen. Imagine what's going on in your head. You're driving, you're thinking about what you're going to do when you get to where you go. You're thinking about something that happened 2 weeks ago that didn't quite set right with you, and you're going to have to resolve that issue. You're thinking about what you're going to eat at your next meal. Thinking about the people in your life. You're thinking about the song that's playing that's going to resonate in your head for the rest of the day. All these things go on in nanoseconds. And then when you go to bed at night, what's the last thing on your mind? When you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing on your mind? These are all your thoughts. There's an old axiom by a very wise man. We don't know who he is, but he was spiritual because he said, watch your thoughts for they become your words. Watch your words for they become your actions. Watch your actions because they will become your habits. Watch your habits because they will manifest in your character. And watch your character for your character will dictate your destiny. That's pretty deep. Aren't you glad that your thoughts are private? I mean, think about it. Would you want your thoughts to scroll across your forehead like the news headlines, like they do on a TV screen? Thank God they don't, because people would read all your thoughts. The great thing is you can't get arrested for your thoughts, but your thoughts can sometimes be very convicting to your destiny. Let's talk about your thoughts and how they affect your purpose. Purpose isn't always necessarily a destination. Purpose is a journey. I talked so many times when I get a chance to go out and speak to people. You may save someone's life. That's not your destiny. That was your purpose at that time. You may hurt someone and then realize you've hurt them and gone back to make it up for them. Your purpose, your assignment was to fix what you did wrong. And sometimes your journey may take you to an assignment, and that purpose would be to heal someone from a hurt they received from someone else. That's the beautiful thing about God. It's a garden. We're all flowers, we're all branches, we're roots, we're fruit, we're berries, we're all kinds of wonderful things, and we're at God's pleasure. Our lives are not our own. Our destiny is chosen by here. It's very important to understand when you consider athletes. They're on a special diet, right? They've got to eat a certain way, get a certain amount of sleep, drink water, and they look it. I mean, you ever seen some of these, we're talking running backs. These are specimens. These guys are built like Adonises, but they can't afford to sit down and chuggle down, a dozen Krispy Kremes and a gallon of milk every night. It just won't happen. Olympic athletes, the same thing. They are put on a streamlined diet of things that they ingest. And they're not even allowed to partake in certain activities that may be injurious to them because they're a weapon, they're a tool, they're an instrument. So they have to be taken care of with pristine care. Our minds, we don't think of that way. We think of our minds as garbage disposals. Think about it. Our minds are the incubator in the womb for good things or bad things. Our gates, our senses, I like to say, are like sexual organs for the enemy. Someone will say, ooh, where you going with that one, brother? You're going a little deep here for me. Well, think about it. Your eyes. Satan can use your eyes, and what he puts into your soul through your eyes will incubate. He pleasures himself by what he captivates you with, if it's not of God. And the longer you stay there, the more longer he procreates with you. And he deposits little seeds into your soul that grow and germinate over time. And they will give birth at the most inopportune opportunity. It's an opportunity for God, but it's inopportune for you because that's when that thing grows and it shows itself. But it's been there for a while. Sometimes they're generational curses. It happened in your grandfather, your grandmother. It has nothing to do with you, but it's there. So it's really important to understand your thought life. You're thinking it's going a little too deep? Well, here, let's take it a little bit deeper. Put on your gear. Your thoughts while you're sleeping will determine the mood you're in and the destiny of your day. It's so important to realize, what do you put into your eye gates? What do you put into your ears during the course of the day? Get rid of all that chatter. Stop listening to all that foolish talk radio where they talk about absolutely nothing at all that has anything to do with anything but garbage. It's like eating Cheetos for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I like Cheetos. Tastes good, 1 or 2 of them, but 4 bags for a meal? Now, that is waste, and it's detrimental to your health. What is banter? What is reality television? Going to bed with the television on is just as bad as taking a Krispy Kreme, emulsifying it in a shake, and put it into your veins intravenously while you're sleeping. Because these spirits that are in the words of what's coming through that television are going into your spirit, and they're manifesting while you sleep, and it will cause the way you think, behave, and speak toward your destiny. So you are sending out a beacon in the spirit. There are all kinds of spiritual realms we walk through in the course of the day. Some of them are manifested by angels and all of God's glory, and some are very dark, demonic, suggestive places. What you send out will show by the affect and the spirit that you carry. So it's really important to think about your thought life. Now that's the bait, not the debate. The next part is going to be a little debated for you because it might be some things you don't want to hear, but it's something you really do need to hear. And we're going to talk about it in part 2 of Your Thought Life.